With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
This is another one! It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! Needs a point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
From the Duke Dome in Alliance, it's the OHSAA on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. The matchup on hand tonight is the 1-2 Marlington Dukes and the 1-1 Carrollton Warriors to kick off EBC play for the 2025-26 season. Hello, friends. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. In a matchup that could go one of two ways. One, like last year, a very, very close battle. Or, number two, like Monday night, a runaway victory for the away team. In this instance, the Carrollton Warriors. Carrollton 1-1 on the year, but last year a tremendous season, 20-7 in year one at the helm for Michaela Poole. And you look at her tenure at Carrollton, not just as a coach, but as a player. She was a part of the first district title team in Carrollton history. She has that pedigree that helps this team get even better. And when I say this team, I mean last year's team. There were no casualties after last season. Basically, it's the same exact crew from last season because there were no seniors. Now this is a heavy senior roster. A lot of the starters tonight are seniors. In fact, I believe all 5 starters this evening are a part of the senior class. So that is something to look at as this game goes on. We'll see if it does make a difference or not. Actually, correction, there is one sophomore, I believe, in the starting lineup, but outside of number 20, it's 4 seniors. You have Shaw, you have Ucic, you have Schaefer, and you have Bishop in the starting 5 for the Carrollton Warriors. As for Marlington, a younger lineup, but a different lineup from last time out. It's the same 4 to begin. Peets, Walter, Witten-Soldner, Addison, and Ella, that is. But instead of Rosalind McCarty, it is going to be number 15, Shelby Odie, the freshman, getting the nod tonight in the starting lineup. Shelby averaging 15 points per game this season. So to date, 45 points total. On top of that, 4 rebounds per game, 2 assists per game. Look for her to make an impact early and often. And my big question for Marlington tonight, how does the paint game work? When they tried finding Ella Witten-Soldner on Monday night against Northwest, the offense flowed a lot more naturally. There would be a play where she'd be in the key, she'd take it, kick it out one side, and they tried the 3-ball. And with that, they need the 3-ball to be a little bit more consistent than it was on Monday night. A lot of shots were taken beyond the arc for Marlington in comparison to what usually should be the game script for a game like this. And they ended up missing a lot of them, so they need to be careful to avoid a 3-point shootout if at all possible tonight. This is going to be a tough game for Marlington. Maybe the toughest team outside of West Branch on their schedule this season. But if they play their cards right, they can compete. And if this is a 1 or 2 score game down the stretch, who knows what is going to happen. Marlington, this is their home court. They have their home fans behind them. When in Rome, anything can happen. And they want a night like that. They want a special night to celebrate here in Alliance, Ohio this evening. And if they get it done, that is one heck of a statement to make to the rest of the EBC, as Carrollton, along with West Branch, are the presumed 2 contenders in the 2-horse race atop the conference. With that in mind, we will toss things downstairs to our PA announcer, and she will get us underway with our pregame announcements.
Your Marlington Dukes. To honor America, please stand and join in the playing of our national anthem. your child gets hurt playing sports, trust the team at Akron Children's Sports Health. They provide everything from injury and concussion care to sports rehab and nutrition, so your athlete can get back to the sports they love. Akron Children's is the official sports health services provider for Akron Zips Athletics, and your child will receive that elite level care too. Learn more at akronchildrens.org/sportshealth. Tonight's game is sponsored by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Your attendance and support of the student athletes and coaches is appreciated by both schools. Though both teams are rivals, they are expected to display good sportsmanship throughout the contest, and we request the same from all fans. Everyone in attendance is reminded to respect the game. The officials to this game have met the requirements set by the OHSAA and have been assigned based upon the process approved by the OHSAA Boards of Directors. The officials for this game are Sean Burns, Dr. Keith Brown, and Carl Davidson. Now, let's meet the players in tonight's game. From Carrollton High School, number 14, senior Emma Schaefer. Number 15, senior Kylie Eugene. Number 20, sophomore KJ Bradbush. Number 23, senior Ivy Bishop. Number 32, senior Cameron Shaw. The assistant coaches, Jessica Ujic, Kyle Poole, Jody Poole, and head coach, Michaela Poole. And now your starters for the Marlington Dukes. Number 1, sophomore, Bailey Peets. Number 4, junior, Marissa Walter. Number 12, senior, Addison Wittensoldner. Number 15, freshman, Shelby Odie. And number 22, senior, Ella Wittensoldner. Your coaches are Leah Cooley, Julia Hawkins, and Tyler Schulter. And your head coach is Nick Strumpel.
And with that, we are ready to kick off the 25-26 EBC women's basketball season here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Glad to have you with us once again. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, riding solo on the mic. 2 helpers here tonight, 2 interns. So we will not have a camera on the floor, but we have great camera angles from up here. And we look to have a great game down on the actual hardwood itself. You heard the starting lineups. If you're a Carrollton fan, all 5 of those names should sound familiar from last year's team. And if you're Marlington, if you only watched last year, a few new faces that you are getting introduced to tonight. So we're going to see how they fare against a very talented Carrollton team. As I said in pregame, this is probably the most talented team that Marlington is going to play this season outside of West Branch. And oh, by the way, combined, they have to play them a total of 4 times. We are off to the races as Carrollton will control the opening tip, and they will work right to left to begin the game. And this spacing, that is what we're going to look at for them. But it's an early mistake. Wittensoldner with the steal, and Marlington takes it up the other end, and we have our first foul of the night. That time it's on the honorable mention senior from last year, Cam Shaw. She, along with one of her fellow starters tonight, were on the all honorable mention teams for the EBC last year, that being number 23, Ivy Bishop. Odie controlling the offense, top of the arc for the Marlington Dukes. Great screen by Walter. If that screen game can work a lot better than it did on Monday night, that'll help out this Dukes offense tremendously. Peets takes the 3 on the near side, not going to get it to go. Rebound, Ivy Bishop. And an excellent box-out effort for her troubles. Carrollton gets out of the early scare, and their offense will have another opportunity to strike first. But again, a miscue, this time too high of a pass. Marlington up the other end. Bailey Peets, top of the arc for Shelby Odie. She will take the 3, unable to get that one to go. And an excellent box-out leads to the rebound. Nicely done by Emma Schaefer. That is great off-ball play. And this one should stay down here with Carrollton. But going back to Emma Schaefer, second team All-EBC last season, and for good reason. That box-out was great. Didn't have to touch the ball until she created all the space in the world, took it up the other end, and draws the play out of bounds. And now a wide open look for Carrollton, and it's the game's first points. Kylie Ujic from the corner. I believe it was against Tusky Valley, a 57-55 victory last time out for Carrollton. She had 21 points, leading the way for the Warriors, and she opens the night up with her first three. Odie pickpocketed, it goes out of bounds, and it will go the other way. Excellent defense by the Carrollton Warriors. Stifling to say the least early on. And if they can control the game like this, a lot of good traps, not allowing Marlington to take any shots, this is going to be their night, without a doubt. And that's exactly what Northwest did. You can tell Carrollton watched the film on that game, and they are running a very similar scheme, at least at the start. Shaw swings it top. Ujic driving inside. An excellent move on Witten-Soldner. Doesn't get the basket to fall. Rebound Peets. And Marlington will try it again. Still looking for their first points. So far tonight, 0 for 2 from 3. Odie controlling the offense. The freshman getting one of her first starts of her career, and she will cough it up there as that one rolls to the sophomore Rodebush. Carrollton, 3 defensive possessions, 3 stops so far. Bishop driving inside on the far side, but pickpocketed. It's a fast break for the Marlington Dukes. Odie looking for some help, has to step back, flings it to Peets, and the mid-range is no good off the window. An excellent idea by Marlington. That's how they want to operate here. They don't take the immediate shot. They find an open look, and they go from there. That time not going to get it to fall, just like the Warriors shot there. Score remains 3-0, courtesy of Ujic. Walter driving far side, swings it to Witten-Soldner, and a foul is called. That's exactly what I want to see from Marlington as well. All these different plays working so well on offense, they just don't have the execution at the rim quite yet. That drive was perfect. Either A, she's fouled, or B, a wide open look for Ella Witten-Soldner, one of the best big men in the EBC, let alone Stark County. 9 points and 9 assists on the year for Ella Witten-Soldner on average so far. And she wants to have a big night here against the Warriors. Wide open look for Bailey Peets on the far side. Not going to get it to fall. Rebound goes to Carrollton. Nicely done on the box out there by the Warriors. And here they come up the opposite way. It's Ivy Bishop. Not going to get that one to go either. Rebound Odie. Odie on top of the team high 15 points per game. 4 rebounds this season on average. And this one will stay down here on the pickpocket. And we will see a substitution for Carrollton. It is going to be Bishop out. And here comes the change. That is going to be Kuba. So Katie Kuba, the sophomore, now in the game for Carrollton, up by 3. Witten-Soldner creating separation and gets the first 2 points of the game for the Dukes. And that's exactly why they need to rely on her in the paint. That height is a mismatch against pretty much anybody on this roster. Create space, create that height. It's a pretty much surefire 2 for the Dukes. The Warriors trying to answer, not going to get it to fall. Rebound Odie, and Marlington wastes no time going up the opposite end. Odie hits a brick wall. Great defense by Carrollton. Odie slow to get up, and the play will continue 4-on-5, and it's thrown out of play. Odie is okay, and the Dukes will get the basketball right back. A fast-paced sequence there for both teams, but I really like what Marlington is bringing to the table. You could tell that they learned from the mistakes of Monday night, at least for now. And if they can work with it as this game progresses, this can really be a great game, even if they don't win. This is a measuring stick game. Where are you at when playing the best teams? Very nearly an over the back, but she took it on her own power after the tip, so not an over the back for Witten-Soldner. Now needs to get rid of it before it goes again as a violation. And now there is the violation. And that is the risk of passing the ball in your own half. You have no time to get rid of it. The trap was set perfectly by Carrollton. And now they will have an inbound with 4:22 remaining in the first. Only 5 combined points so far. Ujic with a 3 for Carrollton. And Witten-Soldner with the only bucket of the game for Marlington inside the paint. This Carrollton team, though, a lot of talent, such as Schaefer, who kicks top. Ujic driving inside, creates some space, doesn't get the basket to follow. The Dukes defense doing just enough, hanging on by a thread. McCarty far side. Now it's going to be Witten-Soldner controlling the offense. 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. McCarty looking for separation. Is a jump ball, the game's first. And it'll stay down here with Marlington. And you can see Coach Poole on the sideline. Very vocal early on. 21-8 in her tenure. 1 year and an additional 2 games so far for her as the head coach. Witten-Soldner top for Ella Witten-Soldner, and the center will control from the key. Back to Ellison Witten-Soldner, and the 3 is not good. but the rebound goes to McCarty. Off the window, it's too strong. Odie, one more chance. Also no good, and there is the final rebound needed to end the play. Ujic brings it down for Carrollton. Excellent execution by Ujic. Now driving inside, goes top for Shaw. Shaw looks for a kick-out pass, picks up Schaefer, relative space, and a great three for Schaefer. Emma Schaefer on the board with a three of her own, and just like Ujic, it's two seniors with a three. Carrollton up by 4, their first 2-possession lead of the night. And for Marlington at the next stoppage, they will get Bailey Peets back out on the floor. Witten-Soldner trying to pick up Allison Witten-Soldner, and they will draw foul number 3 of the opening quarter on the Warriors. Still no fouls called on the Dukes. And here come the substitutions for both teams. It is going to be Odie out of the game for Marlington in place of Peets, and Ujic is out of the game for the Carrollton Warriors. Ujic has done a lot of great work so far, so definitely earning her rest. Peets to inbound, picking up Witten-Soldner, top of the arc. 3:05 remaining in the opening quarter. 6-2, Carrollton on top. McCarty controlling the offense, now needs an outlet, running out of time, needs to lose it, picks up Peets just with any time remaining. Otherwise, that would have been really bad for Marlington. Peets kicks top. A lot of good movement and a great cut down low. The basket doesn't follow. Witten-Soldner draws the contact, and Ella Witten-Soldner will go to the line for a pair. The grit of Marlington a lot more on display here than it was on Monday. And a lot of that comes from these rebounds. A lot of great rebounds so far on the offensive end. And defensively, Carrollton really hasn't had too many chances after a miss. First of 2 from Witten-Soldner is good. And second chance points really did kill Marlington on Monday night. You get rid of second chance points, and that game would have been a lot closer. And I think in watching the tape, they really do understand that. A chance to cut the deficit to 2. In and out, no good. She will split the pair. McCarty gets the rebound. A chance for more for the Dukes. And they will take that any day of the week. Now they need to run their offense. Witten-Soldner driving inside, hooks it up, not going to get it to go. So much pressure from Carrollton. Excellent defense. And the Warriors can run their offense. Shaw underneath the basket. Unlucky on the bounce. It goes out of play, and it goes back to Marlington. I think both teams have a lot to look at in this first quarter. Kind of uncharacteristic mistakes from Carrollton. If they can shore up this offense, that would go a long way. It's not for lack of opportunities right now, and same for Marlington. The shots just aren't falling. A combined 9 points in nearly the opening 6 minutes. And that is with 2:15 on the clock in the first. Odie in the wing, calling ISO. A lot of Dukes clumping on the near side, now getting active. Odie drives it inside herself, goes up and down, and it is a clear-cut travel. And on that play for the Dukes, you see 3 players on one side of the floor, one with the ball in the center, and then your center in the paint. You need more action to the left side of the court. You can't have everybody clump up. Otherwise, Carrollton's defense can really double team as a kind of cohort, opposed to actually having to double team or actually having to man mark. And that was the issue on that play. Not enough spacing for Marlington, just a big clump on the right side. And that leads to a basket for Ujic. Ujic now with 5. The leading scorer for either team tonight. And Marlington here a better setup with their spread. That'll really help with their spacing. Not a big clump on one side. Odie in the wing. Now in the key, now looking for some separation. Shovel pass, Peets. Bailey Peets with 90 seconds remaining. Trips up, gets it to Odie. It's a give and go. Peets for 3, and she has it! First 3 of the night for Bailey Peets, averaging 7 points per game. Marlington is back within 2. And Coach Strumpel immediately goes back to giving instructions defensively. Marlington would love to get a stop here. That would do a lot for their cause. Bishop's 3 would have been no good. Either way, a foul was called before the attempt. And that is foul number 1 tonight on Marlington. And it goes on Odie. So have your first foul given up with 1:09 on the clock in the first quarter. That is truly impressive for Marlington. The defense, they are getting what they really need out of their players, and not in a bad way with some fouls. Schaefer drawing contact, no foul given, kept in play by the Warriors, and they will have a second chance, one of their only second chances today. It's Bishop far side, unable to get it to go. And now another shot, also no good. It's lost in the pile, and the foul is on the floor. And I think the whole building and the whole of Stark County heard that instruction. Coach Strumpel giving some very wise words to his defense. Once again, looking for an answer with 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. And a long-range three off the front iron. And the loose ball spills to Bailey Peets. Marlington gets the rebound in the end. And it's go time for this offense, down by 2. Odie, top of the arc, possesses. Now 35 seconds remaining. Peets already with 3. And the spacing already so much better than on that bad sequence a few minutes ago. McCarty top, it's Bailey Peets. Now Ella Wittenstolner, the center, controls the offense. 20 seconds on the clock. Wittenstolner boxing inside, draws the contact. No foul called. Excellent defense by the Warriors. Carrollton, one final word before the end of the first. Ujic goes top and draws the foul. So foul number 3 on the Marlington Dukes in the span of a minute after allowing no fouls in the opening 7-ish minutes. Inbound play, wide open look in the corner for Bishop, and she has it. Completely uncontested. Ivy Bishop is on the board. Make it a 5-point game. 3 seconds left to go. Odie deep in her own territory. Misses wide right. And that'll do it for the opening 8 minutes here at the Duke Dome. Carrollton, a shaky start, but the offense starting to get it together. Thrill 1 in Alliance. It is Carrollton 11, Marlington 6, as you are watching the OHSAA on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Welcome back to Marlington High School in Alliance. Your score through 1, Carrollton 11, Marlington 6. As you are watching the OHSAA on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Carrollton with the basketball to get things underway in quarter number 2, up by 5. Now to make it 8, it's Bishop in the corner, and she's got it! Ivy Bishop, a quick 6 points, had the final 3 of the first and the first 3 of the second. Carrollton up 8 now, their biggest lead of the night so far, and they want to keep it going. Peets, excellent cut underneath the basket, but too high of a pass to Wittenstolner, and here come the Warriors wanting more. They thought about the 3 instead, drive inside. A good underhand finish for Carrollton. Katie Koo with a sophomore, her first 2 of the evening, and all of a sudden, it's a 5-0 run for the Warriors, now up by 10. Peets takes it around the world, floats away, no good. Rebound Bishop. Ivy Bishop has been so good on both sides of the ball tonight for Carrollton. Now Schaefer, a wide open look, and another 3 for Carrollton. Timeout Marlington. Emma Schaefer, a massive 3, and Carrollton's offense is back to their best from a season ago. What a clutch shot there, wide open from Schaefer. And you count up the 3 so far. That is 3 number 5 for Carrollton. They just have been dominant. I mean, you have 2 players with 6 points. It's truly impressive to see what they've done so far. This offense on fire. As we step aside, 7:02 left to go in the first half. All Carrollton on SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Marlington High School. 19-6 your score. Carrollton on top early on the Marlington Dukes. A great 8-0 run to get things underway in the second quarter for Carrollton. And they get the ball right back. Nothing more to say. This offense, it has been on fire. Kuba that time getting the rebound. A good pass down low. Shaw boxing out Witten Solner, and it's just too easy for Carrollton. Cameron Shaw, her first two of the night. And all 5 players on the floor for Carrollton now at least have a bucket each. 21-6, all Carrollton. A massive swing to begin the second. Peets to end the bleeding. She gets it to go. Bailey Peets now with 5 points, a team high for the Marlington Dukes. And they have to keep this going. They have to get this rally right here. If Carrollton can continue shooting the ball the way they have in the last couple of minutes, this is going to be all Carrollton. Good tip to the top of the arc now. Schaefer near wing. Schaefer already with 6 points. Bishop thought about the three. Very hot from beyond the arc so far tonight with 2 threes. Why not a third? Not going to get that one as it's off the iron. Rebound Odie. 21-8 Marlington trailing. Odie picks up Peets wide open. And that one rolls off the iron. Rebound Bishop. She throws it as she goes to the ground. And Marlington gets a second chance. A great attempt to haul in the rebound. But in the end, it goes south. But Carrollton's defense, they have been hustling all day. And finally, the offense holding up their end of the bargain. This is what Carrollton wants to do to a bunch of teams this season. If at any point they don't look at their best, all of a sudden they get a big run and they put the other team to bed. Marlington trying not to have that be their story tonight. McCarty in the key. Goes to the wing. It's Allison Witten-Soldner. Far side is Bailey Peets for 3, and Peets has this one! Bailey Peets now with 8, and the Dukes are back within 10, and this is the rally they needed. Good, confident shots from their playmakers, and that's exactly what Bailey Peets provided there. South of the arc for the Warriors now rolling around. Eddie to Schaefer, open for 3, and it's nothing but net! Emma Schaefer now with 9. A game high for either team. And it's just like Northwest. Anytime Marlington gets that confidence back, it's a massive 3 on the opposite end, ending that momentum. Witten-Soldner pivoting inside the paint. Good cut by Ella Witten-Soldner. And it's an uncomfortable but a great finish for the 2. That did not look natural for Witten-Soldner. An awkward angle, but still able to get it to go. Good swing, wide open look for Carrollton, and the mid-range is good. Emma Eddy on the board for the first time tonight for Carrollton. 26-13, the Warriors doubling the Dukes. Odie now being double teamed as well. Give and go with Witten-Soldner now driving inside. Excellent space created and an excellent finish by Shelby Odie. Shelby Odie, the leading scorer for Marlington this season, is on the board for the first time tonight. Make it 26-15. It is an 11-point lead for Carrollton, trying to make it a little bit more to their liking once again. And with less than 4 minutes to do it in this first half, high pass Shaw boxing in on Witten-Soldner. Now a wide open look outside the arc. It's Ujic once again. Kylie Ujic now with 8. And the Warrior offense is on fire, nearly unstoppable in this second quarter. Carrollton's offense, truly a well-oiled machine. McCarty driving inside, nearly walks with it. Peets far corner for 3, rolls in and out, rebound Shaw. And we are at the halftime score from Monday night already. The Warriors, another wide open look. Schaefer's bounce, not gonna get it to fall. And there is the game's second jump ball. It'll stay down here with Carrollton. But all these open looks, if you're Marlington, you cannot allow this many threes. You have to find a way to collapse on the shooter somehow. if there's nobody within 5-10 feet of whoever is taking that three, you have to hold yourself accountable for that if it goes in. It's not a stroke of luck. It's not a great shot. It's a wide open look. It's practice at that point. You have to collapse. You have to close down. You cannot allow Carrollton to create as much space as they have so far. And it looks like in the end, possession is going to flip, and it is going to go to Marlington instead. So the Dukes, down by 14, get a little bit of a break. And their offense will try again. If they can get a big basket here, that'll help their confidence. Odie top for Walter. Walter in the key, nearly walking with it. This court, not easy to maneuver on. McCarty gets some space for Bailey Peets. Peets off the window, just going to fall shy of it. And it's out of bounds. Back to Carrollton it goes. Good idea by Marlington. But yet again, too much of a bunch. I like the space that was created. But when you have two bodies right there, it makes the defense's job that much easier. It's one section of the court they really don't have to account two players to. Only one in that instance. And that was enough to force the shot to go haywire. Loose ball picked up by Pete. Another great defensive stop by the Dukes. Their defense starting to pick it back up. Bailey pass into no man's land, right back to Carrollton. Rodebush able to intercept that one. Now Bishop takes it up the floor. Already a lot of threes for this Carrollton offense. You know they want one more at least in this first half. Schaefer swings behind Bishop. Now top again for Reddy. And the end arounds continue. Schaefer gets some space. High pass down low to the corner for Bishop. This movement so impressive from Carrollton. They get their own miss. Bishop once again unable to get it to go. And finally they draw the foul in the paint. And that'll lead to two shots. And once again, Marlington not happy. And here come a pair of changes for the Warriors. But Coach is absolutely right. You have to box out. You have to create something there. The name of the game right now is space. That's all it is. And it looks like they will say the foul was not on the shot. And yet again, another clean quarter. Carrollton, 6 minutes without a foul. Same with Marlington. The Dukes now have their first of the quarter, and time is flying by. It's the 2-minute warning. That pass going haywire, taken in by Witten Soldner. And the Dukes once again will take control of the offense. Into the corner they go, trying to create some space. It's Peterson, and a foul is called on the Warriors there, first of the quarter. And as well for those maybe getting used to high school basketball, or for those who watched it back in the day but now are back into it, the 1-and-1 foul no longer a thing. Fouls are done by quarter opposed to half, as it was done until a few seasons ago. 24-25 the first season without that rule. Witten Soldner, good separation and an even better finish. She now has 7. So Witten Soldner, a solid offensive performance. Carrollton to answer, not going to get it to fall. The Dukes down by 12. A chance to make it a little bit more manageable here before the end of the first half, and that would do wonders for them. McCarty, high pass inside, tipped but kept in play. Nicely done by Peterson. To the wing, it's Bailey Peach driving inside. Nowhere to go against Rodebush. Now 1:10 remaining in this first half. Stifling defense by the Warriors. Back top, it's McCarty. Rosalind driving inside. Off the window, not going to get it to fall. Pushed out of play. Last touching Witten Soldner. And the Warriors will take back the basketball. So 1:02 remaining in the first half. Carrollton up by 12. And if the beginning of the second quarter was any indicator, we're going to see a few more threes taken to end the first half, as Carrollton wants to put an exclamation point on a great all-around opening 16 minutes. Bishop, far wing, now to the corner, Ujic. Good spacing by the Warriors. Shaw boxing in. Witten Soldner giving some separation for Ujic. The three not going to fall. Bishop gets the miss. Carrollton's offensive rebounding has gotten a lot better in the second quarter. Ujic, top for Bishop. Pumps on Peach, driving inside. Uses the window, too strong. Shaw picks it up and finally puts it away. Cam Shaw now with 4. And it is back to a 14-point game. 31-17, Carrollton on top. Walter in the key, going right to left. Now McCarty, far wing. 17 seconds remaining in the first half. McCarty outside, a great look here. The three not going to fall that time from Allison Witten Soldner. And the jump ball is called, and it goes back to Carrollton. We see how much they like the three ball. And once again, I think the final shot of this first half is going to come from outside the arc. If they hit a 3 here, it's all Carrollton. They control their own destiny heading into the second half, and that is exactly where they want to be. Final seconds, Ujic has to get it off at the buzzer. Unable to get it to go. Off balance and too much pressure from Marlington. A great defensive stop by the Dukes, and that'll take us into halftime with Carrollton up 31-17 on the Marlington Dukes. As we step aside, you are watching OHSAA Girls Basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance.
Maya Flitcraft, Cadence Hartley, Paylin Keller, Eliza McNutt, and Jalen Rich.
And now for your 7th graders, live Temperance Hoops Evie, Lila Ginther, Ava Grove, Lily Perkins, McKenna Smith, Kayla Tucker, and Gracie Wittensolder. The coaches are Marissa Nieder and Maura Knox McCulsky.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to Heather Prince of Howard Hanna, along with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance, for making today's telecast possible. Welcome back to the action here at the Duke Dome in Alliance. An early steal, Ujic goes coast to coast and opens up the scoring for the second half. Kylie Ujic has been on fire tonight for Carrollton. A total now of 10 points for her as you are watching the OHSAA on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Now 33-17, Carrollton on top, and they have looked great so far this evening. Pete to the corner for Walter, and a Walter's three will fall. Marissa Walter with one shot, eclipsing her season average of 2 points per game, now with 3. The Dukes back within 13. Bishop in the corner to answer, and she does! Ivy Bishop now with 9. Carrollton looking strong once again. And as I said in the first half, and as we said on Monday night, whenever Marlington scores, their opponent just has the knack to score a 3 of their own to answer. Now it's Addison Witten-Soldner for 3, and hers is true as well. Make it a 13-point game once again, and we have all of the threes here tonight at Marlington. And this is kind of what you would expect from this Warrior team. One of the better offenses in the area, especially in the EBC. Another 3, this time no good. Rebound goes to Walter. And if Marlington can consistently shoot the money ball, that'll give them a great chance, especially down low, as Witten-Soldner creates some contact and will have an and one opportunity. Ella Witten-Soldner now with 9 and a chance to make it a 10-point game. Marlington firing out of the gates in this second half. You talk about a 180 from one quarter to the other, and kind of in this instance, one half to the other. This is your 180. And the N1 bounces out. It's not going to be there. So now 36-25 your score. Carrollton still in control, but they want more. A long-range 3 for Schaefer, and she gets it to go. Emma Schaefer now with 12. And yet again, the threes just continue to fall effortlessly for Carrollton. Pete's inside the key, boxing out. Almost stripped from behind, now goes back to the top. The Dukes still trying to keep this offensive explosion going in their favor. Peach drives it inside, takes the midi, and the midi will fall. A little extra help needed on the ricochet, but Bailey Peets now with 10, the leading scorer tonight for the Dukes, and Carrollton immediately answers. Now this is the offense that we have been waiting to see. That small sample size early was great, but now on a larger scale, this offense, excellent to see. Peets, that mid-range, not gonna be there. Rebound Bishop, and if you're Carrollton, get a big, big 3, or at least a big basket here. Schaefer thought about it, takes it inside the key, floats it up. It's a pass to the baseline. Ujic keeps it in play, now takes a 3 of her own. A little bit too strong. Rebound, Bailey Peets. Right idea, not there in the execution. Peets tries playing it inside. Shaw makes up for it. A good steal for the Warriors. The offense has been there. The offense has really created some good separation once again. But this is where your defense has to tell Marlington, it's done. We control this one. And a timeout is called by the Warriors. And I assume something along those lines will be the sentiment from the coaching staff during this break. Once again, join us tomorrow for our biggest game of the year. It is December 4th. We are nearing Christmas. It's an early gift. Warrensville Heights takes on number 11 Spire. That is not number 11 in the state of Ohio. That is number 11 in the country, Spire. They were number 6 to begin the year, didn't play as many games as some other teams, dropped down to 11. They play on the EYBL. They play so many great teams. And tomorrow night, Michi Johnson, he called him out. He wanted that matchup, and he will see Kevin Boyle and company. So many 5 stars and 4 stars on that roster. It's not even funny. A total of 7 players on that Spire roster are in the top 10 in their respective grade in the state of Ohio. That's the kind of talent we're seeing tomorrow night. 7 p.m. tip-off. It is myself and Bryce Fisher on the call for that one, live from Warrensville Heights High School. So make sure you tune in for that great matchup. An open look off the inbound. It's Bishop's 3. It's off the side iron. And there is a push on Carrollton. It'll be a inbound play for Marlington. And if you're the Dukes, you really want to take that break and make something with it. There's only so many times those threes won't fall tonight for Carrollton, and we have seen that on display. The threes have been seamless for them. Peterson's 3 not going to bounce in. The rebound goes to Walter, unable to get it to go. Very nearly had it, but instead Carrollton catches a break of their own, and here comes their own fast break. Bishop keeps it in play, and Peets will take it up the opposite way. 41-27, knocked out of bounds by Carrollton. Good interception on the play by Emma Schaefer. And Schaefer's hustle really made the difference. Without it, that could have easily been a 2-pointer for the Dukes, making this one seem a little bit more manageable. And if you're Carrollton, you cannot give Marlington a reason to believe that they can win this game. As I said earlier, when in Rome, if this one's close, it can really flip at the end. And an excellent steal by Bishop, as clean as it gets, clear as day. And she goes the opposite way and draws the contact for a foul. But going back to that steal, that was smooth. Right amid Peets' drive, stuck a hand in there, poked it free. Nowhere near a foul, nowhere near any kind of bad contact. And that is foul number 1 tonight for Bailey Peets. First of 2 for Bishop, not going to fall. A lot of potent scorers tonight for Carrollton, but only 2 in double figures, Schaefer and Ujic. And that time Bishop gets into double figures. So now with 10, 3 players with 10 plus for Carrollton. This offense really on fire and really looking good. Peets to answer with a 2, and she gets it to bounce in. Bailey Peets now with 12. And that'll match the effort of Schaefer so far. Speaking of Schaefer driving inside, now kicking top. The Warriors liking to space the floor still. And a good block, but the foul will be called. Too much on the follow through from McCarty. But an excellent idea there by Kuba. And she will go to the line for a pair with 2 already. First of 2. Not there. And here come a pair of changes for Marlington, including Chloe Evanich. The Evanich last name synonymous with success and especially basketball here at Marlington. So many Evaniches have played girls and boys basketball over the years, and they have been a fun family to watch on the hardwood. Second also no good, and the rebound falls to Sampson. And the Dukes get another break, now down by 13. Top of the arc is Chloe Evanich driving inside, has the lane, creates the contact, not going to get it to go. Poked nearly out of bounds, and now officially out of bounds. And that is a good call for the Dukes. Otherwise, it would have gone the other way. But Chloe Evanich able to create some good space there on the drive. We'll see if she gets indoctrinated into this offense quickly. She has the ability to. We'll see if she does after playing a good amount in the JV game. Sampson, hands behind. It's Bailey Peets. Peets good, separation created, now the drive, and the finish with the right, a little bit wide right, no good. But Walter able to keep it, not quite. For a second it was in, and then barely grazes the black line for out of bounds. And it goes the other way. And the offense has slowed down as of late. And as I said, that does help Carrollton. Their offense did their job. Now it's time for the defense to step up. Ujic to Shaw. Ujic gets it back on the poke away. Now Bishop for three. And that one is off the mark. Shaw gets the miss and is stripped in the process. A hard foul by the Dukes. And that'll send Carrollton right back to the line. And if you're Marlington, that's not a bad decision right there. A good, strong foul. You get the ball away. And beyond that, the last time that the Warriors were at the line, they went 0 for 2. Until they can consistently make the free throws, which could change right here for all we know, you foul. And that time it is good, but the principle's still there. They're now showing they can make them. If they, for some reason, go back to not showing they can make it, then yes, you continue to go for that aggressive block. Anything to force them to the line and to force them to have to execute properly with their fundamentals to make a basket. And that one also good. So Cam Shaw able to make both and end the rut from the line. She now has 8 tonight, and if she gets another field goal, she will be the 4th Warrior in double figures. A great team effort all the way around. And for the NEO fans watching, very similar to the offensive balance from the 23-24 Lutheran West team. So many scores in double figures every night. Evanich draws the contact, and Chloe Evanich is going to the line for a pair. But back to that parallel, you had so many great scorers on that team, top to bottom for Lutheran West. And that's what made them gel as a team the year before that, making it to the state championship game. If you're Carrollton, a team that has aspirations to make it to that state championship game, if you can have 4 or 5 girls consistently score 10+ a night, you're on the right track. First of 2, just rolls out for Chloe Evanich. Lady Luck, not a Duke fan tonight. But in that same breath, was a Duke fan against Florida last night. A great win for the Duke Blue Devils against the defending national champions. Evanich is second. That time bounces in. If both didn't go in the same way, I wouldn't blame Chloe Evanich for being livid about it, but that's just how it kind of bounces sometimes, and she gets the rebound on the other end. She is fine. But if both would have missed that way, that would have been heartbreaking. Nothing she did wrong, it's just the rim not respecting the shots. McCarty driving inside, kicks top. Good movement by the Dukes once again. It's Peterson with the hook, and it's wide left. Did make some contact with the backboard, but out of bounds. And this one remains a 14-point game. And I take a look at the clock. 2:40 remaining in the third. If Marlington can cut it to 10 before the fourth quarter, I like their chances. And once again, I'll say it, you look at the way this game has gone and the way that this game has gone in the past. If it's close down the stretch, that gives Marlington the advantage at home, and they will get the basketball back along with Ella Witten-Soldner. So Gabby Sampson does her job, giving Witten-Soldner a breather. But Pete's still on the sideline for the Dukes. It's McCarty, Witten-Soldner, Odie, Evanich, and Peterson on the floor right now for Marlington. Odie driving, has an outlet in Evanich in the corner. Her three off the side iron, but picks up her own miss for a second. Now a loose ball, and it goes to Carrollton. Ujic able to pick it up and works in transition. Nicely done coast to coast and takes the 2 for good measure. Kylie Ujic, one of the cleaner plays on both ends combined this evening. Witten-Soldner boxing inside, trying to create some space, and that one airballed. Airtight defense for the Carrollton Warriors this evening, and it forces shots like that. Now a wide open look for Schaefer, and she's got it! Emma Schaefer, another 3 for the Warriors, and that puts them up 19. All of a sudden, Carrollton's offense, another outburst. And that's how you win this game. That's how you seal it here. We go back to that down 10 number. Marlington would need a 9-0 run here to make that happen. And Ujic gets the steal. Nobody close in a league of her own and a basket for her own. Kylie Ujic, first team EBC last year. If you're wondering why, wonder no more. Make it a 21-point lead for Carrollton. And there is the foul called. And that time it is on Kylie Ujic. But we go back to that Tuskegee Valley game, scoring 21. She's 2/3 the way there, has 14 tonight. Not even her team's leading scorer. That is Emma Schaefer. Both have been excellent, combining for 29. And Ujic will sub out for the time being. But if you're Marlington, you have to find a shot here that goes in. Anything. You need some points. And Witten-Soldner denied in the paint. It is taken by the Warriors. They're not done yet. A beautiful Euro and a beautiful finish at the rim. Nicely done by Katie Kuba. That Euro was clean. Was there an extra step at the end? Maybe there was, but it looked really clean from here. Evanich draws the contact, and Chloe Evanich gets the and one. Dukes fans, Chloe or Chelsea, can you tell the difference right now with that shot? And as somebody who is covering Chelsea Evanich and the Purple Raiders on Saturday, we'll see if there's a difference, but those were the kind of shots that she made and made her own as a Duke a few years ago, combined with Elizabeth Mason. But Chloe Evanich taking the crown and really living up to the hype. And the end one is good, but somebody went early. And it won't count. Correct, I believe. I want to make sure it was on Marlington. Yes, it was. So that takes away the and one, which was nicely done. But you can't leave early. You have to stay home there if you are the Dukes. And now they're still down 21. And Carrollton, they can shoot the ball really, really well. Bishop that time off her knee. And it goes back to the Dukes. But going back to Chloe Evanich, that's the kind of finish that we saw from Chelsea. And covering her once during her time at Marlington, that's what she did against Holy Name so well. Finishing in traffic. She wants the contact, and that is how she operates as a basketball player. Corner three for the Dukes, a little bit shy. Ella Witten sold her the rebound with 20 ticks remaining. Good box out move. Finally goes right, unable to get it to go. The rebound spills over to Rodebush. And the Warriors push the tempo. Bishop over Witten Soldner. No lucky bounce. Shaw puts it back, denied. A third chance, and it hits the nylon. That's Shepard, the freshman, and that'll do it for the third. Marlington kept it close for a time, but Carrollton proving why they belong once again in the regional championship this year, up 55-32 through 3. As both teams get ready for the fourth and final quarter, we will step aside here on SmeeSports. It's all Carrollton tonight in Alliance.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Eight minutes left to go in regulation here at the Duke Dome. Your score through 3, Carrollton 55, Marlington 32. As you are watching OHSAA girls basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Nice execution all the way around tonight for Carrollton, but they're not satisfied yet. They want a little bit more to end this game. Ujic, an excellent steal, an excellent kick out. The three not going to follow. Loose ball spills to Odie, and Marlington takes it back. But Kylie Ujic has been a star tonight. Now a wide open look on the opposite end. Also not there. Shaw boxes out and gets the rebound. And Carrollton, they want to hit 60, maybe even 70 tonight. Shaw wide open, and she's got it! Cam Shaw from downtown. Uncontested, she now has 11 and is the fourth Warrior to reach double figures. The definition of a team win for Carrollton this evening to open up EBC play this season. And they want more. They want to hit the 60s. And the 60s will welcome them. Emma Schaefer takes it coast to coast. Schaefer has been dominant all evening. Same with Ujic, same with Shaw. Same all the way around for this team. And Ivy Bishop as well. Her defense and her three-point ability, it has been great. Witten Soldner, a rare three, no good. The spillover also not going to fall. One more opportunity for Walter, and she will draw the foul. I do love the hustle and the grit late in this game for Marlington. They know that it would take a lot to go their way to come back and win this game, nearly down by 30. But they're still fighting as if this was a 5-point game, and that's what you want to see. This was always a measuring stick game as the first one falls out to see where you are against the best of the best. And then you look at their next 5 games, if you are Marlington. West Branch, another measuring stick game, another really difficult one. Then a winnable game at Minerva, potentially winnable at Boardman, winnable at Salem, or rather home against Salem, and then another tough battle against New Philly, which also can be winnable. Realistically, you can go 4-1 in the next 5 games, or even 3-2, and it's a great step in the right direction for Marlington. As right now, they look to fall to 1-3 on the year. Carrollton improving to 2-1. But Carrollton tonight, they have been a well-oiled machine, leading the way. Schaefer was 17. 17 for her, 14 for Ujic. That duo has been unstoppable from start to finish. Odie in the key, picks up Witten-Soldner, boxing inside, and is blocked, but a foul is called. From our angle, that looks pretty good from Schaefer. That was tough. The timing maybe not there. Wait an extra second and then go for it, and maybe that's yours. But it's a tough break for Carrollton. You have the lead in hand. You just want those plays. This is the time that you're going to go and play your heart out and really give the visiting fans something else to cheer for tonight outside of a great win. Carrollton knows they made a half-hour trip here. They want to leave with a lot more than just a win. They want to leave with one of the best performances tonight across the area. Witten-Soldner second also there. And as well, last time I checked, I believe it was 45-12 West Branch over Minerva in the fourth quarter. And that sets up that matchup for Carrollton. And that matchup not in the forecast right now. Carrollton has Northwest, CCC, Alliance, Salem, and Indian Valley in their front view mirror in the next 5 games. So we'll see how they do against them. Almost a jump ball, but the Warriors somehow hang on to it. Schaefer forces it out of bounds. Peets touches it last, and the Warriors will have a second chance. But the grit is still there from both teams. You would think that this is a regional final the way that they're playing. Obviously, more people in a different venue, but still, the energy, the grit, all of it's there. This is the fight of their life, the way that they're playing right now. That 3 airballed, the putback, not going to happen quite yet, and there is the block from Witten-Soldner. As the saying goes, you can't teach tall. Witten-Soldner has that excellent intangible. Peace loses it on the floor now, and Ujic picks it up the opposite way. Carrollton's defense forcing a small miscue. Now a wide open 3. That time a little bit short on the attempt. Ujic goes for the rebound. Instead, it's Odie who scoops it up with 5.5 remaining in regulation. Top, Addison Witten-Soldner for Peets on the far side, and Pistol Peets is back. 3 tonight for Bailey Peets. Give her 15. 3s all the way around for Bailey, as this is her best performance of the season. Entering play tonight, averaging 7. She had 21 points in total. She's 6 away from her season tally tonight alone. But the Warriors, they know how to respond, and they get another good basket. That is Hannon Croft, the senior. So now 62-38. Carrollton could hit 70 tonight the way that they're playing right now. Marlington trying to make that push towards 40. Not going to get it there. Ujic, another rebound, and she is able to force it away again, but right back to Marlington, and there is no more time to waste. Witten-Soldner, excellent spin move, and an excellent finish off the window. And that's how she uses her height and her pivoting ability to her advantage. Has a high center of gravity, doesn't have to go low, stays big, doesn't bring it in too close, spins around, has an open look, and from there, it's just practice. And that's what makes Ella Witten-Soldner such a big threat for Marlington in the paint. And there are now 2 Dukes in double figures, Peets and Witten-Soldner. Ujic inside, a mid-contact, no good. It's out of bounds, and it goes and stays with Carrollton. The initial kind of movement of the official was going to favor Marlington, but in the end, they say a Duke just grazed it at the last second. Carrollton with 4:08 to inbound and an immediate 3. And this one a little bit shy, but kept in play. It's Kuba. That time no good, and a good rebound inside the paint by Odie. And the Dukes take it up the opposite way, down by 22, as they now have some rotation, getting some other players some minutes here. Shelby Odie, top of the arc, now Rosalind McCarty. McCarty has Peets in the wing, now goes top to Walter on the near side instead. Walter takes the lane, the window unforgiving. Rebound goes to Shaw. Shaw has been a rebounding machine tonight on both ends, offense and defense for Carrollton. The entire starting 5 has put on a show for us here in Alliance this evening, no doubt. Shaw driving inside on Walter, and Walter puts it out of play. A good stuff there by Marissa Walter, the junior. Once again, our next broadcast as Bailey Pete subs out is going to be tomorrow. Warrensville Spire is the big one. Going to be around a 7 p.m. tip at Warrensville Heights High School. We'll see if that's the case or not. Potentially a later start, but either way, that is going to be one of the biggest games of the year, if not the biggest game that we cover here on SmeeSports. Excellent pressure. Odie takes it right away from Carrollton. And that's how you do it if you are Marlington. You bring the fight to Carrollton. Here's the jump ball, and Carrollton takes it right back. But I go back to the point that I made earlier about the hustle. It hasn't dipped at all from Marlington or Carrollton. And late in the game, we know who's going to walk out of here with the win. We've adjusted the records. We understand what's happening. But it doesn't matter. Each team's hustle is getting better and better as this game goes on. And from a stamina standpoint, that is really big. And this is the time that if you make mistakes trying to implement something new, it's not going to haunt you as much as it would in a closer game. So now is the time to try new things. Another three for Carrollton, this time shy. Another good rebound by Cadence Odie. And Odie is able to find Shelby Odie. And the offense of Marlington goes and takes it up the other way. Odie in the paint with 2.5 to go. No shots. And it is a foul on the floor. Foul number 4 in the quarter on Carrollton. So now 2:31 remaining. Foul number 2 today by Shepard. And here comes the substitution for Marlington. So 2.5 remaining now. Inbound, another good opportunity, and that three will fall. Peyton Peterson, her first 3 points of the night. And that'll make this one a little bit closer, 62-43. The Dukes back within 20, now down by 19. And they want to keep it going here. Good swing to the corner, but taken out of play. And Marlington gets it back with 2:11 remaining. Once again, a 19-point game, but a couple of threes late really makes this one look a lot closer on the final box score. And I think that is the mentality for Marlington here. Get some points on the board and end this game with some great form. Peterson drives inside, off the window, no good. Rebound goes to Shepard. And Carrollton is really going to slow down the tempo here. I at least assume that is going to be their plan. You look at the way things have gone. This is their game. They have the win. Don't do anything crazy right here. And let the clock continue to run down. Eddie on the far side in front of the scorer's table with 1:40 remaining. Shepard top, McCarty the pressure. McCarty now Kuba. Cadence Odie in on the defense. Once again, Marlington going down to 1-3 on the year. Carrollton improving to 2-1. And there is a foul on the play by Marlington. Their first of the fourth quarter. They haven't really fouled too much tonight, and that is a big positive for them entering their next couple of games. First of all, on the road next week at West Branch. But these are the positives that they need to take out of this game and implement to their future contests. First of 2, no good. And Chloe Evanich will sub back in for Marlington in place of McCarty. And that'll be a change that most likely spans throughout the remainder of this one. Moore trying to split the pair, and she will. Carrollton now up to 63, up by 20, 63-43. Marlington looking strong down the stretch. A lot of positives once again, but still plenty of things to work on. Walter drives it on the near side. No good off the window. Eddie the rebound. Walter tips it up. Now a loose ball, and still that scrappiness is there. They don't get the basketball in the end. But the hustle, the intangibles of that sequence still clearly there. And that time a little bit of walking from Carrollton. In this case, I would say more of a slide. And once again, this floor, it's a good floor to play on, but there are plenty of slides that lead to travels at both levels, both men's and women's basketball here. So just another kind of characteristic of this court and many courts around the area. Walter's three is good. Marissa Walter now with 7. And you look at that shot kind of from the side, an uncharacteristic shooting motion, but it works for her quite well. And we see a couple of other Dukes use it throughout the game. I think Ella Whitson, one of the more prime examples, but to be fair, not too many three-point attempts from her, as her offense is usually limited to inside the paint, or maybe the key. Good cut down low, and the bank opens up again for Carrollton. Shepard with 4. And that might be the final word their offense gives in this one. One final chance for Marlington. Evanich bobbles it, and now this is the final word from Carrollton's offense, and they are unable to get that one to go, but the cleanup crew gets it done. The clock will stop with 1.3 remaining, and Chloe Evanich is down. It appeared that Chloe Evanich may have hit the back padding. It was an awkward fall for her, and that is the last thing that you want to see down the stretch in a game like this. As Evanich is treated with 1.3 remaining, we will step aside. Carrollton up big. A tough scene to close this one out tonight. Chloe Evanich, a apparent knee injury on that fall. I believe she did make contact with the other player's knee, and we'll see how she is. She is walking off the court, assisted by some coaches, relatively on her own power. As this one ends, 67-46 the final. Carrollton takes home the victory. But if you're Marlington, you look at those positives, you look at the negatives. It matters to an extent, but your main priority right now is the health of Chloe Evanich, a good role player for this team, and potentially by the end of the year, a starter. You want her to be okay, and that is going to be their focus tonight. And then next time at practice, the focus turns to next week, a full week to rest for them, as this early part of the schedule is done, as they will make the trip off to Beloit to take on the West Branch Warriors. 67-46 your final. Carrollton improving to 2-1 on the year. One final time, we will hear a word from our sponsor, and then be back on to announce our player of the game, presented by SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Marlington High School in Alliance. Our final score tonight, 67-46. Carrollton takes down the Marlington Dukes. Your player of the game, presented by SmeeSports, goes to none other than Emma Schaefer, the second-team All-EBC member from last season. A great performance tonight, putting up 17 on the Marlington Dukes. She led the way with 4 of the starters for Carrollton getting into double figures. Schaefer had 17, Uchick had 14, Bishop had 10, and same with Cam Shaw. All the way around, a great team performance tonight by Carrollton. This team is very well coached. Once again, their head coach was a part of the first district title team for Carrollton back in the day. She knows what it takes to win, and she has instilled a winning culture for the Warriors. Still, the big question is, can they knock off West Branch? West Branch has been that team in the EBC for a number of years now that runs the table every single year, no questions asked. They want to be the one to put an end to it. It's a reign very similar to that of Marlington Volleyball. It's dominant, it happens every time, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Carrollton, though, this year, with the pieces they have in place, believe this is the team that can knock West Branch off that pedestal, and that is their goal right now. They have other games before that, yes. It's on to the next game, going 1-0 each time out, but in the back of their mind, in the fans' mind, the focus is West Branch. 2 times for all the glory in the EBC, but taking care of business in other EBC games is really important too. A great 21-point victory tonight. All the way around, Carrollton looked excellent. A few things to clean up in the end, but still, this Carrollton team, I can say with confidence, will contend once again for a regional title. And who knows, come March, as I've said all tonight, when in Rome, when and wherever that game takes place, if they can come out firing on all cylinders, they could take home a regional title. Keep in mind, one of their big playoff wins came without 3 of their starters, 2 due to fouls, and then 1 due to injury. They were able to win with the depth that they have. This Carrollton team showed that depth tonight in many different facets. If this team continues to improve the way that I think they will, you're going to see this team go really far this year. And I'm sure the fans of Carrollton are really excited to see their women's team and their men's team both compete for an EBC title as their men's team. Taven Johnson, a great performance. 31 points in the home opener. That's exactly what you want for him. Both Carrollton teams looking great this year. As for Marlington, now 1-3 on the campaign. Some positives. Bailey Peets, her best game of the year, scoring 15. Ella Wittenseldner, also another great performance for her. Counting it up real quick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 13 points for Ella Wittenseldner. So a combined 28 of the 46 right there for Marlington. The offense looked better than it did on Monday night. The defense looked better than it did Monday night. The shot selection was better than Monday night. But so was their opponent. And as I've said all evening, this is a measuring stick game to see where they match up with some of the best teams in the area. Tweak a thing or two, and I think next time out, Marlington competes with Carrollton. Do they get the win? That I don't know. But I think at least next time that these two teams play, it is going to be a closer game, and both teams will come in thinking that they can get a big victory if you're Carrollton to continue with the status quo and continue pushing towards an EBC title, or if you're Marlington, you're coming in thinking you could take a victory that would really, really mess up the EBC playoff picture and play spoiler to the Carrollton Warriors. And I feel like that is a fair way to evaluate both teams. It's a long weekend for Marlington. They play in 7 days. But if you're Carrollton, you turn around and play Coach Lauer and Northwest on Saturday. It's time to rest up the next couple of days and get ready for one of the most difficult games on your schedule. And so far this season, they have only played teams that have won 19-plus games last season, except for Marlington tonight. It's a gauntlet to begin their season. They knew it coming in, and through 3 games, 2-1, they have risen to the occasion. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram, SmeeFist2024 on Twitter, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn, and SmeeSports on TikTok. As well, go down below and subscribe. There is no added cost, but it'll greatly help out all that we do here at SmeeSports as we look to cover the best of the Cleveland and the Stark County area. As well, final score from West Branch. West Branch takes home the victory 56-21 over Minerva. Just had that final score come in. But our next broadcast, it is tomorrow night. It is up in the Cleveland area, but it is a game for really the entire United States to watch. Number 11 in the country, Spire, takes on Warrensville Heights. 7 p.m. tip-off from Warrensville. Looking forward to that game. It'll be myself and Bryce Fisher on the call tomorrow evening. Then on Friday, our final game to open up December. It is going to be a big one. We mentioned the girls' game moments ago. Why not the men's matchup? It is going to be Minerva versus West Branch. 6:45 tip on Friday evening in Minerva. That looks to be a great game. That'll be myself and Parker Linkus on the call for that one. Then looking at next week, we have a couple of games to preview. Monday night, Minerva, Edison, 6:30 tip. Tuesday, a big one for the Aviators as they take on defending D3 state champs Louisville at 7 p.m. Then on Wednesday, we take a quick ride up the highway to Parma to see the Padua Franciscan Bruins take on the Gilmore Lady Lancers. That game has instant classic written all over it. Looking forward to that one. Then next Friday, December 12th, For the first time since last season, we will be at Strongsville for a men's basketball game as we see the Coach Kilbane era take flight as the Strongsville Mustangs take on the Medina Battling Bees. But with that, that'll do it for us here at Marlington High School. 67-46 your final. Carrollton gets the job done, taking down the Marlington Dukes. For Nathan Smee saying so long from Marlington. We will see you again tomorrow night for another exciting matchup, and we are very, very happy to be doing that game tomorrow. If you're looking for something to do tomorrow, in the words of Michi Johnson, it's the only game happening in the city. Tune in or be at Warrensville tomorrow. That is the place to be, Brad Sellers Arena. But once again, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from the Duke Dome, and we will see you again next time. This has been OHSAA Basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance.